The corridors of power in Washington, D.C. witnessed a seismic shift on February 24, 2025. Kash Patel, a staunch Trump loyalist, was sworn in as the director of the FBI. This move sent shockwaves through the political establishment. Adding fuel to the fire, Patel was also appointed as the acting head of the ATF. This dual role bestowed upon him an unprecedented level of authority over two of the nation's most critical law enforcement agencies. The implications of this move are far-reaching and have left many wondering about the future of law enforcement in America. Patel's appointment did not come without its share of drama. The Senate confirmation hearings were a spectacle of political theater. Democrats vehemently opposed his nomination, questioning his lack of experience in law enforcement. They also expressed concerns over his past statements and perceived loyalty to former President Trump. Republicans, on the other hand, rallied behind Patel. They praised his commitment to law and order and his potential to reform what they saw as bloated and politicized agencies. Despite the controversy, Patel's confirmation was ultimately successful. He secured the support of all but two Republican senators, Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski, who broke rank with their party. The Democrats, however, remained united in their opposition. This partisan divide underscored the deep political polarization surrounding Patel's appointment. It foreshadowed the challenges he would face in uniting a deeply divided nation and leading agencies tasked with upholding the law without bias. With his hand on the Bible and a look of determination in his eyes, Patel vowed to uphold the Constitution and serve the American people. Only time will tell if he can live up to these promises. The stakes are high, and the nation is watching. The future of the FBI and ATF under Patel's leadership remains uncertain, shrouded in a cloud of controversy and anticipation. The ink had barely dried on Patel's appointment when he ignited a new firestorm. In a move that surprised many, he selected Dan Bongino, a conservative firebrand and former Secret Service agent, as his deputy at the FBI. This decision was immediately met with fierce criticism from Democrats and some within the law enforcement community. Bongino, a vocal supporter of former President Trump, was seen by many as a partisan figure with little experience in the intricacies of federal law enforcement. Bongino's appointment was a clear break from tradition. Typically, the deputy director position is filled by a seasoned FBI agent with decades of experience within the bureau. This appointment, however, seemed to prioritize political ideology over institutional knowledge and experience. Critics argued that this decision undermined the FBI's reputation for impartiality and risked further politicizing the agency. Adding to the controversy, Bongino had been a vocal critic of the FBI in the past. He had questioned their handling of investigations related to Hillary Clinton and the Trump campaign. This history of antagonism towards the FBI raised serious concerns about his ability to effectively lead the organization alongside Patel. The appointment was seen by some as a move to appease Trump loyalists and further the former president's agenda. The selection of Bongino as deputy director was a clear signal of the direction Patel intended to take the FBI. It signaled a potential shift towards a more conservative, and some argued more politicized approach to law enforcement. This move left many wondering about the future of the FBI and its ability to operate independently and impartially. Patel's appointment as FBI director and his subsequent selection of Bongino as his deputy ignited a firestorm of political controversy. Democrats were quick to denounce the appointments, characterizing Patel as a Trump loyalist with a blatant disregard for the rule of law. They pointed to his role in the previous administration's efforts to discredit the Mueller investigation and his unwavering loyalty to the former president. Republicans, on the other hand, celebrated Patel's appointment. They lauded his commitment to law and order and his potential to root out what they perceived as deep-seated corruption within the FBI. They saw Patel as a corrective force who would restore the Bureau's integrity and refocus its efforts on combating crime and terrorism. The political battle lines were clearly drawn. Democrats expressed fears that Patel would use his position to shield Trump and his allies from potential criminal investigations. They also worried that he would prioritize the former president's political agenda over the impartial pursuit of justice. Republicans, meanwhile, accused Democrats of hypocrisy, pointing to their past criticism of the FBI during the Trump administration. They argued that Democrats were simply afraid of a thorough and impartial investigation into their own ranks. The partisan divide over Patel's appointment reflected the deep polarization that continues to grip American politics. It underscored the challenges he would face in uniting a deeply divided nation and restoring public trust in the FBI. The appointment of Kash Patel and Dan Bongino sent shockwaves through the corridors of the FBI and ATF. Many agents accustomed to a more traditional and less overtly political leadership felt uncertain about the future. Some welcomed the change, hoping for a shift in priorities and a more aggressive approach to certain types of crime. Others, however, worried about the politicization of their agencies and the potential erosion of public trust. The FBI Agents Association, representing over 14,000 active and retired agents, found itself in a delicate position. While they had initially congratulated Patel on his appointment, they remained silent on the selection of Bongino. This silence spoke volumes. The association had been a vocal advocate for experience and a political leadership within the FBI. Beyond the immediate reactions, the long-term implications of Patel's leadership remained unclear. Would he use his dual role to push for significant changes in how both agencies operate? Would he prioritize the deregulation of firearms, as some Republicans hoped? Or would he focus on other areas like immigration enforcement or cybercrime that aligned with the former president's priorities? The appointment of Patel and Bongino marked a new and unpredictable chapter for the FBI and ATF. Their leadership brought with it the potential for significant changes in how these agencies operate, their priorities, and their relationship with the public they serve. Only time will tell what impact these changes will have on the fight against crime and terrorism in the United States.